Many of us think that AI is ChatGPT, Gemini, or DeepSeek. Today, we have a guest who will tell us about AI in healthcare. Welcome to Raising Geniuses, where we raise geniuses one episode at a time. Karibu sana. Today, we have a very interesting guest. His name is Tom. Karibu sana, Tom.
Thanks a lot for having me. It's a pleasure to be here and joining other geniuses as we also look forward towards raising more.
Wow.
Happy to be here.
Thank you very much. So today we'll talk about what Tom is doing with AI in the healthcare. So let's know who is Tom first, and then you tell us about the company you work for.
My name is Tom Kenyan, co-founder and CEO. But CEO, I like to say Chief Errand Officer, because of this time it's running more errand than the actual chief executive that a traditional
big
person.
office at the corner.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe like yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think about. So
Yeah.
I'd like to say I'm a techie.
Okay.
I'm a visionary. I'm a dreamer.
Yes.
Basically, like every other raising star.
Okay.
And what I'm trying to do is actually actualize
Yes.
what I've been thinking about, what I've been dreaming about, what I've been waking up every day to do.
Wow.
So that's who I am.
Okay. So we're a dreamer, a techie, a visionary.
Yes, simple.
Good. Now tell us about Neurolabs.
So what Neurolabs Africa does is quite simple. So what we do is help patients get lab results faster,
Okay.
help hospitals increase their turnaround time,
Okay.
and three,
Yeah.
empower radiologists
Yeah.
to spend as minimum time as possible on a medical image,
Okay.
simply with one goal: to improve healthcare, to improve how we receive lab results, and simply to make diseases less aggressive and reduce what we would call molarity and mortality rates in our country, in a nutshell.
So let me just break it down. I'm a patient and there is a hospital. So where does Neurolabs Africa come in here?
We come in the lab,
Yes.
and to be more specific,
Yeah.
in the radiology lab. So when you see your doctor,
Yes.
he or she is called a general doctor.
General doctor.
Yes.
Okay.
Who probably, depending on your conversation,
Yeah.
he or she might think, maybe I want to take you to there. I want to send you to the lab
Okay.
for a medical image, a mammogram scan, or ultrasound.
Okay.
So that's where we come in.
Yes.
So you'll probably be told imaging is done here only once a week.
Okay.
So you have to come on a Tuesday
Oh, yes.
because the radiologist comes in on a Tuesday.
Who is a radiologist?
And a radiologist
Yeah.
is a person who interprets medical images.
Okay. So they look at is it a scan?
Yes.
And then now they're able to
Image. Yes.
explain. Okay.
They're able to write a report
Yes.
to your doctor.
Yes.
And that's the moment your doctor calls you
Yeah.
and lets you know, oh, we have your lab results. Come for medicine.
Ah.
Yeah, so we try bridge that
Yes.
gap by ensuring one, the
Yeah.
radiologist can access medical images at the comfort of the device.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be at the hospital to report.
Yes.
That means that hospital can do imaging the entire week.
Okay.
That means a patient doesn't have to wait for so long for lab results.
Okay.
So they're able to start their treatment
Yes.
immediately,
Yeah.
and they're able to recover faster and better.
So let's say I'm a radiologist. I stay in my office and I receive the images from
different hospitals. Assuming you're a county radiologist, for instance, so you
Yes.
find a certain county has one radiologist
Yes.
for about even sometimes more than 5 hospitals.
Yes.
That's why you find on Monday you're told he's in this level hospital.
Yeah.
Then on Tuesday is on another level hospital.
Yeah.
So he can't sit at the comfort of his office at home
Yeah.
on his tablet.
Yeah.
He can receive images from the different hospitals,
Yeah.
and in real time
Yeah.
he can write back the results
Wow.
to your general doctor for your diagnosis.
Okay.
So
Okay.
in a nutshell, that's what we do.
Are you a doctor?
I'm not a doctor,
Okay.
and my story is very personal.
Okay.
And I like to say my story is very simple
Yeah.
and it's relatable.
Yes.
It's the story of the ugly duckling.
Ugly duckling.
Yes.
Okay.
It's because, like the ugly duckling,
Yeah.
when I grew up, I struggled a lot
Yes.
in fitting in.
Yeah.
And I think that's the story of a lot of people.
Yeah. A lot of people.
You struggle to fit in an
Yeah.
education system
Yes.
that probably isn't for you.
Yes.
And me not getting an A in chemistry didn't mean that I couldn't sit behind a computer and figure it out. So when I realized I'm not on Duckling, I'm a swan bracketed by ducks by mistake, then I flew away. And that is how I came to learn about technology. Went to a school that was not the traditional school. You see, today, mostly our schools will teach you how to pass exams rather than teach you how to learn. So when I went to Moringa School, I got a different perspective from what I have been used to, or rather what I was used to, where I was taught how to learn. And that's what self-taught me how to be able to code, how to be able to write coding in data science.
Okay. So you have a tech background. You are not a medical doctor.
Yes.
Where did this come in? Where did the space of healthcare come in?
Space of healthcare came in, like again in school. Traditionally, you do exams in school to be able to gauge whether you can move to the next level or not. In Moringa School, you do independent projects. So you don't do exams. So you do independent projects. So a lot of these projects are what we call hackathon, challenges. So we did a lot when it comes to Zindi, Ombena, Kagol. And one of the challenges was in healthcare. So we were provided with images to try and predict common indicators on certain diseases. And we managed top 5.
Yes.
In the competition, we got to interact with the data sets more. And that's how, after the hackathon, I got the revelation that, in fact, in Africa is where healthcare services are overused, yet under-resourced. So we started developing models to help radiologists interpret lab results faster. However, we realized there are infrastructural challenges that a radiologist needed to be at the hospital to report a medical image. Hospitals often used to delete data because of how bulk they are.
The space.
So we then needed to innovate. That's how we came up with a picture archiving communication system that supports the radiology. So it provides access to medical images at home for the radiologist. Secondly, encrypts medical images. So think of it as a QR code. So you can scan a QR code to access a 20 MB document. So our technology encrypts a medical image from 100 MB, 1 GB to 1 MB. Then we convert it back on need basis. So unless you have our software, that's when you're able to convert back the image to its original form.
So in simple that you guys come in, there are these complex files and processes. As a radiologist, I have to come and visit the hospital, move to the other hospital. You save the time that I need to move all along. And then I'm able to, as a radiologist, sit down in my office and receive the images in a very light format.
I wouldn't call it, we would say that. So we save the images in a light format. But when you need to look at the image again, it's converted back. Then when you're done, it's converted back to the encryption. So the encryption is just for storage and data privacy. So that means if you manage to hack, let's say you deployed on your cloud or you deployed on your on-prem servers, you're just gonna get links and not actual images. Then you need our technology to reconvert back the links back to an image. So that's the encryption technology.
That's very clear. So who are your customers?
Our customers are typically hospitals. However, our users are radiologists. So a hospital will take up the system and helps them in 2 ways. They're able to reach radiologists remotely. The doctors are able to log into the platform to access reports. So they get a notification every time a report is written. So they're able to
like a message, there's this report that's coming.
Your report is
as simple like a WhatsApp message. Check.
Like it's as simple as a text message.
Wow, that's good. So if you're a hospital or a radiologist, please visit neurolabsafrica.africa for more information. Good. Now let's go back to the story. You are here, you are a techie, and you did a nice course that changed everything. And you've seen the gap in the hospitality industry.
Hospital.
Oh yeah,
Medical.
Yeah, medical industry. So where did you start?
So after that,
Yeah.
after the hackathon,
Yes.
I'm sure most people know what a hackathon is.
What
It's a
is
competition.
hackathon?
It's
Yes.
competition.
What is hackathon?
A hackathon is a competition. In simple terms,
Yes.
you're invited to use innovative ways to solve a problem.
Okay.
That's a hackathon.
Okay.
So
it's a challenge.
It's a challenge.
Yeah. And then you use.
Yeah, it can be open-ended, can be closed.
Yeah.
Depends on the organizer.
Yeah.
So immediately after,
Yeah.
that was a challenge.
Yes.
On the platform.
Yeah.
On the data science platforms, we have several.
Yeah.
Kaggle, Zendy, Omdena,
Yeah.
and so on. A very good space to start if you're a young data scientist, junior data scientist.
Yes.
Be able to interact with a lot of data.
Yeah.
I then got accepted to a Canadian hackathon.
Okay.
So where we collected local data
Yeah.
to solve local disease burden.
Yes.
And we managed top 1 this time.
Wow.
Yeah, so we got 5K USD.
Wow. Good money.
Yeah, that's
And
what
you're
we
rich.
used to do. Incorporation, not really. We used to do. We used it to do incorporation.
Yeah.
And just start off.
Yeah.
Then fast forward.
Yeah.
Got accepted into UNICEF Innovation Fund.
Okay.
Simply UNICEF supports
Yeah.
early technology
Yeah.
that has potential
Yeah.
to better the lives of children, and that's what we do.
Yeah.
We improve how diagnosis happens in schools.
Yes.
Then got to go to accelerators,
Yes.
got to investors.
Yes.
We've been building over time now.
Yeah. Wow. Good. How do you apply for these hackathons and these challenges?
Online.
Okay.
It's just like a hackathon it's like how maybe you're looking for certain type of car, so you could just Google a certain type of hackathon that you'd want.
Yeah.
Could be in any industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, tech.
Yeah.
Agriculture when it comes to agri-tech.
Yeah.
If it's even in food and what have you, we have all types of hackathon.
Oh.
Very competitive.
Yes.
A very good place to learn.
Okay. Very good. So congratulations on the win. Now, we have talked about the technical part. Let's talk about the entrepreneur. Here you know how to write code and build this system. Tell me the journey as an entrepreneur.
Well, I would like to say that's an on-ground learning experience.
Okay.
Because it's not really taught in school.
Yes.
Extensively.
Yes.
Especially because they probably want you to be in the white label market. So they're teaching you how to probably do specific tasks.
Yes.
But an entrepreneur is a person who's able to do more than what they studied for.
Oh.
Okay, you started business.
Yeah.
You're able to understand how does coding work.
Yes.
How does all other things work.
Yeah.
So entrepreneurship has been a learning journey.
Yes.
And it makes it faster to learn when you're part of accelerators and so on.
Yeah.
When you're part of schools.
Yeah.
Startup school online by Y Combinator, you're able to learn entrepreneurship.
Yes.
So it's about learning, it's about trying out, it's about, more importantly, failing.
Oh.
So the more you fail, the better you learn.
Yeah. So there's a part of learning, and then there's a part of technology. What are the traits of a good entrepreneur, a tech entrepreneur?
It's understanding, I would say it's understanding the vision.
Yes.
Understanding what is needed technically, what is needed business-wise. Because again, if your product is not selling, then you're not in business.
Yes.
Because you need to sustain.
You have the tech, but you're not in business.
Yeah,
Product
so you're not
selling.
Yeah, you're not innovating.
Yes.
So you need to innovate and sell.
Yeah.
And entrepreneurship is understanding that thing like,
Yeah.
how do we build this and how do we sell it?
Yeah.
How that what you're building makes sense to the market.
Yeah.
Rather than build something that nobody wants to use.
Okay.
So you need to understand there's a problem.
Yeah.
And how to solve that problem.
Yeah.
And how to get people to pay
For
that solution that solves that problem.
Okay. Okay. So let's go back now to your story. You're here, you figured out entrepreneurship, you figured out the tech, and now you want to start to go to the market. What are one of the biggest challenges that you have faced in that space?
Going to market, what you would find is being a young entrepreneur, of
Yeah.
course, there are questions
Yeah.
about at the time.
Yeah.
Probably has changed with the Gen Z.
Yeah.
What has been happening has a little bit changed.
Yeah.
Because now they're seeing an empowered generation who are not afraid to go beyond limits.
Yeah.
So that was one of the first challenges. The second one would be land-light experiences. You'll find people who are afraid of technology.
Okay.
And there are some of the best that you want to adopt.
Yes.
The
You have an
technology.
example?
For instance,
Yeah.
a radiologist at the time would feel
Yeah.
we want to replace them, especially because we're also using AI to screen the medical images, identify the common indicators of tuberculosis, pneumonia.
Yeah.
So they would feel you want to put them off their job.
Yes.
However, when you start to explain to them, for instance, if 20 years ago I told my grandfather that he didn't need to come to Muranga at the end of the month to bring money home,
Yes.
that he would use
Sent by
his phone, would have brought them out of my mind.
Yeah.
But today,
Yeah.
if you happen to go to Muranga, I can't give you money to take home.
Yeah.
You would rather trust technology to get money home than a fellow village mate.
Yeah.
So that's the scenario that we try to bring into radiology.
Okay.
How do we reduce time you spend on a medical image?
Yeah.
How do we increase your accuracy
Yes.
by 70-80%? How do you ensure that you can feel good that you're confident that your report is correct?
Yeah.
And that's where AI is going to bridge that gap.
Okay.
And teleradiology, of course.
Okay. Very good. Now let's talk about AI. What is AI?
It's simply artificial intelligence.
Okay.
Is, in a nutshell, it's a machine that can think like you think.
Okay.
It's that simple.
Okay.
It's a software that is able to think for itself like a human being.
Okay.
So that's
in simple terms, can you explain how that works?
It's like how you learn how to write.
Yes.
So you're taught how to write. This is how you write an A. This is how you write a B.
Yeah.
You write how you write a C.
Yeah.
So AI works that way. So you have a machine learning engineer who teaches this software how to do things based out of data.
Okay.
Then the machine learns on its own. So we have artificial narrow intelligence, which is a bit narrow, very basic. You use it everywhere. Predictive text. So when you write a text message, you say in hi. The next
like
prediction, exactly.
Okay.
The next prediction is it's artificial narrow intelligence.
That is narrow. Yeah. So it's narrow because it's just basic.
It's very basic and it's everywhere and you use it every day. So on your Google map, it's simply everywhere.
Yes.
Then we have artificial general intelligence. And general intelligence, it's a machine that is able to at least also think a bit beyond.
Okay.
And one step towards artificial general intelligence is the large language model, the LLMs. So those are artificial general intelligence because when you query it, it's able to think, then give you results on its own.
Okay.
So that's artificial general intelligence.
So it's the artificial simple narrow. It's a narrow intelligence.
It's able to do one task.
Yes.
So it's self-driving cars. It's able to know how to drive from this point to this point. It's predictive text. It's able to predict what you're gonna do next.
Okay. Do you have like other examples? Like predictive text.
Predictive text. Google Map. It's one task. Artificial narrow intelligence is just one task. Like how to help a student pass mathematics based on some assumptions. So it's one task at a time. General. It has an understanding of a lot of things. So it's able to think on its own and try relate. It's like Google on steroids. So it's able to think on itself and give you very specific case results. Because otherwise, if you Google the same thing, I'm gonna get a lot of information that is not well thought out. But with an LLM, you're able to get exactly what you asked for because it was able to go through all this data and come up with what exactly you wanted. He was able to think for you rather than you go out there and search maybe this article, then this article. So it's able to take different things from the different articles,
Yes.
bringing out
Customize it
based on what you want.
Oh,
You ask. Yeah.
Okay.
Then that type of artificial intelligence is called artificial super intelligence.
Super intelligence.
Yeah, this is what people are afraid of. And this is what we see on the movies.
Oh,
Killer drones, all that.
Yes.
But in the world today,
Robots taking over.
Exactly. The world today, we don't have enough compute
Okay.
to be able to reach that stage.
Okay.
That's why it's still on the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So now the general intelligence is what you guys are using.
So we use a mix
Okay.
of narrow
Yes.
and general.
Okay.
General in that
Yeah.
we help radiologists
Yes.
in writing the report.
Yeah.
So writing a report, it's like a paragraph
Yes.
of how a patent is doing it and so on.
Yeah.
So we help you write that with an LLM.
Okay.
So it's a bit general. Then predicting whether you have a consolidation,
Yeah.
whether you have a infiltration,
Yes.
and a fusion,
Yeah.
then that's definitely narrow intelligence.
Okay.
Because you use past data
Yeah.
on how effusions look like, how consolidations look like,
Yes.
to be able to predict
Yeah.
whether there's a consolidation or
Oh.
effusion on your
Yes.
medical image.
Yes.
Let's say a chest X-ray.
Now, let's say I have a chest X-ray. How many times do I have to show the model for it to discover it's a chest X-ray?
Come on, is a chest X-ray or for you to discover the diseases?
Then both, or both. Or first the basic one and then now the complex.
It's the more, the better. We say with artificial intelligence, the more the data,
Okay.
the better the outcome.
Okay.
And we say garbage in, garbage out.
Out.
Yes.
Okay.
So the more the data,
Yes.
the better for the model.
Yeah.
All kind of models.
Okay. Okay.
That's why
Yeah.
probably ChatGPT better than your typical Google search.
Yeah.
Because it has much more data.
Okay.
So yeah, the more the data, the merrier.
The media. So you want to say that the more you engage with the scans, even in your business, the more it will become more perfect and more perfect.
Yes, you could imagine sending money 20 years ago, how long it would take versus today.
Yes.
So the more we keep doing it,
Yes.
the better the models have become, the better we're able to reach precision medicine.
Yeah.
So if you're able to collect your data since you're a kid, it's very easy then to predict which medicine works for you, or you're gonna have probably, you don't watch this and this and this. You're most likely to develop this 5 years down the line, 4 years down the line. It's simply about keeping this data to intentionally move towards precision.
Okay, good. Now, where do you see AI and the healthcare space
coming
in the coming years?
I see it where financial tech is.
Okay.
And where we've reached when it comes to financial data. You see today, if you happen to go to even Rwanda, and you want to take a bank loan, you know they'll find a way to get your data from Kenya to understand your credit score.
Worthiness,
Yes, and how much they can be able to lend you. But if you went to Rwanda and you're sick, we don't even have any data.
You have to bring a physical file.
Exactly. So that's the vision we have for healthcare. We want to aggregate all this data to be able to keep it neatly. And some of the ways you keep it neatly by using technology or by moving away from handwritten stuff, from handwritten notes to digitizing them to be able to prepare for that future. Because that's why your bank, after you take a loan, based on how you repay, they're able to upload your credit score. So they're able to, these are the scores that will be needed to be able to assess your credit worthiness.
Let's dream a little bit. I have a severe headache and I go to a hospital in Nairobi. What would be like the process if you in a place of AI?
So the process would be collection of vital signs, which probably they write. They write your probably blood pressure,
the
temperature.
You go to a triage and
exactly. So imagine that is captured digitally. Information you give to your doctor that they write on a specific card. That they tell you need to pay 200 shillings for it, then it's left there. Then the next day you go there, somehow retrieved.
Are you a member here? They have to search for the card again.
So it's digitizing all this, such that if you go to a hospital in Nairobi today, and tomorrow you're in the countryside, they're able to access that data
Oh, wow.
So be very informed
Okay.
in terms of understanding
Yeah.
your history.
Yeah.
To be able to understand how to go about diagnosis today.
Okay. So AI, there are so many people listening to you now, and maybe they are thinking about, what is this AI? Is this something that I should take serious? Let's talk first to the young guy.
Yeah.
This guy who is maybe in college or thinking about college or past college, and they want to know if this AI, should I take it seriously like you have, and even created a business out of it? What would be your advice?
When it comes to the young guys who want to venture into artificial intelligence,
Yes.
it's also worthy looking at courses
Yes.
that you could have a look at.
Okay.
Probably machine learning,
Okay.
data science,
Yes.
DevOps,
Yes.
and so on. It might be interesting to you.
Yeah.
So you might want to pursue that.
Okay. Just describe the machine learning, the data science, and the DevOps.
So AI is a buzzword
Okay.
as of today.
Okay.
It's
Let's describe this buzzword. Yes.
wants to say and wants to look cool.
Yeah.
Say it.
Yeah.
But AI is simply data.
Okay.
So it starts from data analysis.
Yes.
And it starts from Excel.
Oh. Okay.
Something, a tool that is very simple.
Yes.
See how you're able to compare this column to this column.
Yes.
And you're able to get results. That's the beginning of AI.
Yes.
So after you move from data analysis,
yes,
you now come to data cleaning.
Okay.
You're able to know, out of all this data, what don't I need?
Yes.
Probably don't need this column.
Yeah.
So you're able to move from data cleaning
to
exploratory data analysis.
Okay.
Able to understand, out of my data, 10 are female, 20 are male.
Oh. Okay. So it's giving actual feedback.
Exactly.
Just numbers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then you're able to move to what's univariate analysis. You need to bivariate analysis. So you're able to understand female versus male.
Yes.
What's the curve? Is it a normal curve? And so on. Multivariate, you're able to compare many variables.
Yes.
Then now you move to modeling, you're able to move to something as simple as linear regression.
Yeah.
You're able to understand how does this data look like on a linear scale.
Yeah.
So it's that simple.
Okay. Okay.
You do it probably every day.
Okay. So now this becomes complex as you continue analyzing the data.
Yes.
Okay, let's go to the 3 things that you've talked about. They have to learn what? The first thing you said?
Interest.
Yes.
You have to have
interest.
Yes.
Is it interest in tech or in data? Interest in data.
Yes.
So AI, if you don't have interest in data, doomed. You will not succeed.
Yeah.
The next one?
Find what area works for you.
Okay.
And it starts from understanding data analysis.
Yes.
So how can you analyze data?
Yes.
Then 3,
yeah,
where do you want to be?
Okay.
Do you want to be someone who builds the model,
Yes.
a machine learning engineer?
Yeah.
You want to be somebody who deploys the model,
yeah,
a DevOps engineer,
yeah,
a cloud engineer?
yeah.
You
choose. So if you want to be on the tech, what is machine learning? Let's go back to machine learning.
Machine learning it's like teaching. It's teaching a machine, simply feeding the data that I told you about for it to learn.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give an example of how you feed the machine data.
So you take a data set.
Yeah.
Again, understand the data set by conducting data analysis.
Yes.
Understanding how your data looks like by doing EDA.
Yes.
Then thirdly, understanding what you can build out of this data. So let's say I want to assess people who have banks.
Yes.
Has a bank, doesn't have a bank.
Yes.
I go to the ground, collect data.
Maybe 100 contacts.
I'm Anthony, yes. Male.
Yeah.
Age.
Yeah.
I do this and this and this.
Yeah.
I have a bank account.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Go to another person. Then take this data, understand how many have, how many don't.
Yeah.
Based on these variables, based on this region.
Yes.
Then you're gonna build a model to predict.
Yeah.
If I input someone by the name Alex, they are from this region.
Yeah.
They do this, they do that. Then you're gonna predict whether this guy has a bank account or not.
Wow. Wow. It's just simple.
It's that simple.
Wow. Okay. Now, if a machine learning engineer, my work is to feed this data.
Yes.
And then there is the other side. You said, is it a business or what is the other side? If I don't want to be an engineer.
You don't want to be
like a specific part, the technical part.
Can be a data scientist.
Yes.
The data scientist would understand the whole process.
Yeah.
Clean this data, and all that.
Okay.
Now machine learning is more specific.
Yeah.
DevOps is deploying the models. How do I deploy this model
Yes.
to production?
Okay.
Such that when I'm feeding in this data, I'm able to get results.
Yes. Yes. So it's building something that can work, but behind the scenes, the work has been done by the data scientist and machine learning.
Yes, machine learning
engineer.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
The
Good.
data scientist.
Okay. Okay. That's very good. So you've heard about AI and how simple it is. So when you think about AI, the career you want to take, you need to figure out one thing, which is your area of interest. Number two, what is the side or you want to take, or what career path you want to take? Do you want to become a machine learning engineer, or you want to become a developer? So if you're a developer, you create solutions from these data sets, right? And then if you're a machine learning engineer,
a machine learning engineer is a developer. So you say, do you want to be a data analyst?
Yes.
Do you want to be...
So data analyst?
A data analyst is also what we call business intelligence.
Yes.
In a good way
as
well.
Yeah.
So they're different career.
Yes.
You can be a data analyst.
Yes.
Very basic.
Yeah.
That's what your Excel guy does.
Yes.
So that's data analysis.
Yeah. Yes.
Machine learning is a bit more complex.
Yes.
They are using this data to predict something, an outcome.
Like the way we try to for banks.
Exactly.
Okay.
You're trying to predict whether someone will buy
I'm getting now.
a tablet or not based on. So you ask them, and exactly. They even have children.
Yes.
So that's a machine learning engineer.
Yeah.
Then also another career is how to deploy these models to be used. How do I deploy it to be on my phone? How do I deploy it to be on a certain platform? So that's a DevOps engineer or cloud engineer.
Wow, that's good. So are you a parent, a student, or just a person in employment who is interested to learn more about AI? Join us in the next episode as we learn about AI and technology from our guest, Tom. Thank you for watching us. Let's reach geniuses one episode at a time.